Go back and get it. Go back and get it. Go back and get it. Don't you forget it. Go back and get it. Go back and get it. Go back and get it. Don't you forget it. Oh, take over. Don't you forget it.
Welcome to Divine Alignment. Welcome newcomers and welcome back my collective the Forget-Me-Nots. Be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe to push this through the algorithm. This is episode 2 of Hacking the Matrix. If you haven't already, please check out the first episode in the Hacking the Matrix series. I shared a lot of nuggets that will provide the framework to help you break through some unconscious patterns. I encourage all to stick around who want to really level their lives up. If you've been seeking God, the universe, source, the Most High in truth and wisdom, but you're feeling stuck in the same patterns, this video is definitely for you. I am a transformational coach, and if you are willing to do the inner work, I am willing to help you get to the next level. In today's episode, we are going to be delving into a somewhat taboo topic of reincarnation. The idea is gaining traction in the Western world where Christianity has thrived for a long time, whereas it was very heretical in the past. If you are in the Eastern world and believe in religions such as Buddhism or Hinduism, you're probably very familiar and comfortable with the topic. Leading up to the topic of reincarnation, I want to start off by asking, do you believe in astrology? If you don't, perhaps you should. And I don't mean just following your horoscope to see what's going to happen for Sagittarius or Gemini this week. I mean, believe in it in order to know yourself, to know your inclinations, your strengths, your weaknesses, what types of partners you attract and why. Knowing the key areas where you should invest your time. Millionaires don't use astrology. Billionaires do. This is a quote that's attributed to J.P. Morgan. This is the same J.P. Morgan that's the financial guru. This is in no way to say that everyone is destined to be a billionaire or even a millionaire, but it reveals how the most wealthy people move. The people who have the time to think and contemplate their lives and their next move. Most people do not have time to explore every facet of their being because they're stuck in the rat race. They're stuck in dead-end jobs. They're stuck in toxic relationships. They're stuck in corrupt family dynamics. Like in the movie The Matrix, they're stuck in a system that was not created for the human soul to ever unplug or evolve. But what if you knew of a way to dissect and understand your unconscious patterns, understand why the job that you're in is dead end, or why you're in that toxic relationship with that particular individual, or why your family is corrupt? The seen and unseen solar system is a big clock. We call it an orrery. Every organism that lives has a lifespan specific to its species. A butterfly is expected to live no longer than about a year. A tomato plant lives for about 6 to 8 months. A human's lifespan has been drastically lowered over the ages. Humans went from living thousands of years to being grateful to touch 70. Why is this? It's all by design. If you could remember what you were doing 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, or 1,000,000 years ago, how would that transform the decisions that you're making today, right now? You would not have to repeat the same cycles of karma. Oh yeah, I've been through this 1,000,000 times. I already know the answer to the question. But if you strategically forget over the course of many lifetimes, it's very easy for the Agent Smiths to exploit what you don't know. As I mentioned, the solar system is a big clock. Every planetary body has a return. The sun returns to the same sign and degree about every 365 days. The moon returns to the same sign and degree about every 28 days, so on and so forth for all of the planets, asteroids, points, etc. Through experience, we know what the atmosphere feels like in December, right? Sagittarius and Capricorn season. Or maybe you study the moon and recognize that your temper feels more fiery every time the moon is in Aries or Leo. Every planet eventually returns to the same sign and degree. And what do you know? Similar things happen in the world when they do. It's Pluto in Aquarius right now. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, War for Independence was occurring in the air for America. So could that explain why there's so much political unrest right now? Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation, says it's time for a revolution. It's time to shed the old things so that something better, new, and more aligned can occur. And just like the planets, we go through cycles in each lifetime. Based on when we leave a past life determines the timing we will return and what lessons our soul is trying to master. You have a birthday in this life, just as you had birthdays and deceased days in all the lifetimes before this one. In a soul cycle of evolution, the end of each lifetime is the end of a chapter. I know that this thought process is pretty freaky because as we go through an astrological year with the sun going around the zodiac wheel, just think about all the times that you've lived in past existences and all of those birthdays that you had previously are passing by. All of the times that you've passed away are coming around every year. In a soul cycle of evolution, the end of each lifetime is the end of a chapter. Life as you know it now is the beginning of a new chapter. So to maintain consistency throughout the book, the author tends to use the same characters from chapter to chapter. It wouldn't make sense for a whole bunch of characters to be exchanged in chapter 3 from chapter 4. But characters evolve. So as you change form, the other characters in your book also change form. That adds to the drama and the mystery of life. You may not recognize their faces or their names because they're all new, but you will recognize the energy. Have you ever met someone that you just knew without any second guessing that you've known before in a past life? I have. It happens a lot. This is the essence of people in your life that you share karma with. Maybe the last go round was a happy ending, but maybe not. Maybe your uncle used to be your father. Maybe your crush used to be one of your siblings. Maybe your sworn enemy is now your mother. Maybe your father used to be your lover. Maybe you were your parents' parents at some point in time. There was unfinished business and now you have to figure out what it is. That's where astrology comes into play. The nature of these relationships can show up as karmic debt numbers or planetary house placements. So going back to the first video in the series, everything is numbers. Trigger warning, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that one of your cousins, all of their personal planets are in your 7th house of relationships and open enemies. And incest themes occurred with this person during your childhood and it scarred you in adult life. And it just so happens that your Venus is 16 degrees, which is a karmic number. Your karma is this cousin crossing boundaries because at some point in time in your past life, you abused love in a relationship. And in doing so, now you have to experience the energy you dealt through this cousin being inappropriate with you. That's just one of many examples of this one karmic number in this one scenario. So wouldn't it make sense for the Agent Smiths to use this soul to antagonize you over and over again in every lifetime until you finally wake up and clear the karmic debt? If you want to know about your past lives, pay attention to the one you're living right now. Your higher self is always sending you messages about your past if you're attuned to that right frequency. Once again, we go back to numbers. Pay attention to the things and people that catch your eye. Perhaps you're drawn to a particular culture, or you feel a strong pull or repulsion to certain people or places. Pay attention to your dreams. Have you ever had strange dreams that seem out of place? Like you were somewhere you've never been before, but yet it was still very familiar. Maybe certain themes from those lives are present in this one. For example, maybe you are obsessed with Chinese culture. You learn the language with ease. Chinese people embrace you, although you are from a different ethnic group. Maybe you have certain mannerisms or features that make people think that you're mixed with Chinese. You had recurring dreams about being in China, so you went to visit. You had a great time, but it was emotionally heavy and you never understood why. Perhaps you had a past life in China and the people you connected with there were your descendants. Discovering your past lives is not about getting stuck in who you were, but rather to be used as a tool to help you make better, more aligned decisions in this life to free you from certain patterns. As I close out this video, I challenge each of you to really focus in on yourself. Spend time in pursuit of you. Keep a dream journal. Do you have recurring dreams about places you've never been? Do you keep seeing the same unrecognizable faces in your dreams? Do you keep encountering the same people? These are all questions that only you can answer. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode.